Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. We're on episode 351, and today we are going to, we finished the metallic frog and squirrel, and now we're going to move on down here to Castle Arts Pasteltints, and the final row is going to be Prismacolor. The pastel tints, of course, have a very limited palette of 48, and there aren't really any dark shadow colors, so I have allowed myself one little change to the lineup, which I'll share in a second. But here is our color palette. So I've just gathered a few of the different colors to make things fun and interesting. Have not, again, the rule for or challenge for me for this page is to not do my mock-ups. I even have somewhere here is the page, and there are a couple places, I think on the metallics, I put in some colors just to see like what color. I think it was the red of the mushroom, wanting to know what that color actually is. So other than that, I have not put any color to the copy paper mock-up. So we're going to get started. I'm going to share with you my one cheat that I have allowed, and that is the final row is going to be Prismacolor. So I have pulled Prismacolor 70% warm gray. I just grabbed any old darkish gray, and when I am all done, I am going to do a little bit of shadow work. Of course, I have to pick different colors of greens because we are mostly dealing with green foliage, though I like that over here on the bunny I do have the bluebell flowers as well as the cone flowers. So let's just grab a couple of greens here. I have my sharpener nearby. I see that my pencils aren't very sharp. I am a little bit under the weather, not in the sense of a cold or anything, but the weather is going to be cold all week. And I did work out this morning, but I felt, I just did not feel my normal self. So I have actually allowed myself to rest today. And I got up a little bit ago, had a nice big meal. Part of it is when I exercise a lot, I actually haven't been hungry, so I don't fuel myself enough, I don't think, to have the energy level. So I had a wonderful chickpea noodle spaghetti that Hub made. The only noodles we had, spaghetti-wise, spaghetti shape, were chickpea noodles, and they actually have been very good. So hopefully that gives me some good energy for the evening. This darkest green is Juniper Lime, number 22. And then I have the lighter green Begonia, number 19, for the lighter tones. These are a very nice pencil to blend. They're kind of, I mean, I know what the Castle Arts Gold feels like compared to the Soft Touch, and these are definitely kind of somewhere in between those two if you happen to own both. But these are a very nice pencil. I think, though I've only used them by themselves, I'm not big on mixing my sets because my main thing that I do is rotate them. Maybe someday I will get to where I want to intermix sets together. But so far, I have enjoyed using these on their own. It's been very windy today, and with me having my low energy after working out this morning, I like to say if I'm not feeling well or I have the low energy, which is a very weird feeling for me because I'm normally a high energy person, I'm just sitting here holding the chair down. He called me with a flat tire, and I'm like, okay, where did you get your flat tire? And because he actually volunteers on our nature trails, So he could have gotten a flat tire somewhere on the trail where we have a giant truck that the truck would not fit. Luckily, we have my parents now right down the road, so I already had figured if he was on the trail that I could, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure my flash is on. Anyhow, so that was the excitement of the day. So right when I wanted to come home and take a nap, well, eat and take a nap, instead I got to go find him on the road. We have this loop. Though our house isn't on the loop, we're on a dead end off the main loop. He had broken down on the main loop. He uses a golf cart that was given to us that he has converted it to his little work truck with a bed in the back that he built. And it lists to the left. And one day he says, you got to come out here and look at this. I'm just going to go ahead and take we only have one type of greenery here, the longer greenery, and then there's the different greens on the bunny. So I'm just going to take this green. I've never done this where I've done both images together. So what the heck? Let's just do it. Those I might take as flowers. So anyhow, I had to deal with that. So that was pretty exciting. And he comes home and he says, hey, the listing is gone and the cart feels so different now. It's like it's free. So I think he already had a flat tire a year and a half ago. And the tire he put on, even though it had the same measurement to it, it was different. It was not the same size. And that is why our little work truck cart listed to the left. So now it no longer lists. So that got done. I actually stayed in the truck while he was changing the tire out. It was a beautiful sunny day, cold, but sunny, with a nice wind. So I sat in the truck, catching up on YouTube videos. All right, so that is it for that green. And then I have a brighter green. Let's pull there's a light and a dark. We're going to use the dark. This needs sharpening. At the base of the leaves. Angelica 29 is very blue-green. And remember, I'm going to go in at the end and pop in some of the Prismacolor 70% warm gray. Now the bird and the bunny get some greens. I am going to go with this part of the bird being the brighter green. And I even have a third tone here that's pretty vivid, kind of where this is more muted aqua. We'll see what its color is. So thank you all who have voted on the small victories, or the Magical Worlds hot air balloon. I got lots of votes, and now I'm going to give another day on the pencils, which then, so that was the darker color. I'm going to grab Daylily 23, and it needs a sharpen. the lighter tone. So I should be able to get this page finished, and then hopefully the hot air balloon will only take a couple of days, and then that will be my 4 days for the week, leaving a cushion there if I need to do a third day or fifth overall day of coloring. I have started writing in my weekly calendar, and that has images. So there's 2 images. I haven't really figured out a game plan for them at this point. For the images, to try to incorporate them in some way. I might be incorporating them off camera, I would say. Maybe each week, the things I'm logging is the book I'm coloring in. This is the bright, bright green. Green Flower 27. So the colors, the sets that I'm using, and the books that I'm coloring in, I am logging, and we will see if then from there I have the idea. Then on my own time I will pick my favorite. I don't have a brown. The closest to brown is Inca Gold. So let me grab this Inca Gold and sharpen it and see how that looks for a branch. It is literally the only thing. I've got lots of tan, yellow, peach, orange, pink. I think this with a little accent of the gray will be just fine. So I asked my mom, I said, hey, I'm going to do a page. She's the one who picked the 5 pages, which I still have one of her pages left. And I told her that I picked a winter page. There's only 2 in Magical Worlds that I think can function as... okay, so coming over here, I don't see anything that needs brownish, but I could make the stems this color. And I can also, if I move this over, I know that with the Ganesha, these are typically purple, and the cone part of the flower here, the top, is brown, but we're going to just make it this Inca Gold color. So she picked for the set of pencils. She loves her Brute Funers, so of course she picked Brute Funer. And she has the 180. The 180, the closest I have is the flower boxes. So I picked for her the flower boxes. Hub, he's like really basic. He's like, hey, do you have any pencils that have blue barrels? I said, yes, I have one set that has blue barrels. We can do that. So that's how the Castle Arts Gold got picked. And let's go with the bunny, doing some bright leaves. And then I really love the Pablos, and recently talked about my top 10 pages, and one of them is a fish scene, kind of the cavern of fish underwater scene, and it was done with the Pablos, and I really enjoyed those. So that is how that set got picked by me. I did actually go through my list of pencils that I'm on. Oh, I'm on the first 15 sets still. I think the Pablos are way down the line. And I hadn't just done them or used them, so that's how they got picked. I also, in other coloring news, I finished the first tutorial live draw of the polar bear. So there's the whole body of the polar bear that you saw if you watched episode 350. And I told you that Bonnie will typically pick a subset, some part of the image to work on. We cannot do the whole thing in a couple of hours. She did go for 2 hours, and I finished that up. I'm going to do a dark, this color here, Juniper Lime 22. So I managed to get that done in the midst. I had company, and I started on it, and then company left yesterday, and I managed to finish it off. So it's going to go in my whip pile to be worked on, because now I need to do the body, and it was kind of on the sketchy side. I will do a quick video update, but I'm not going to do an update on that until I get the Highland cow head finished. Let's see, what have we got? I want... The only thing that I have, I'm going to have to use this. And then I have had this low energy thing for a few nights. So the other night, I think it was the night before, I went to bed early, but I brought my metallics. Oh, the night that I colored, when I colored these two, or finished the frog and did the squirrel, I went ahead and went to bed early after that. Very unusual for me. Like, I was in bed by 8:30. Very, very not normal. And then I laid down for a couple of hours today. Also not normal. But I don't feel sick. I just feel heavy and tired. And this is after doing my exercise. So I'm still able to exercise, but I just kind of feel worn out. I blame the weather, the cold weather. Okay, so since we're doing both at the same time, I'm going to go over here and grab some fun bird colors. Winterberry a gray first before I do the color part. So Winterberry 47. I managed to swatch my metallics. So there's 72 metallics. I will be sharing that at some point this week. Separate from the live draws. We're just giving him kind of a cold tone, an overall cold tone. So for feeling as tired as I've been feeling, I'm still managing to get stuff done. A little yellow beak. So that means I am down to, and when I did my year-end carryover of the whips, I never talked about what swatching I have left to do. I really need, at this point, the only new pencils that need to be swatched are the neons and my new Holbeins. But I do need to go back through and see which budget pencils I don't have full swatches for. I have some older ones that I did not get swatched, and those will be, I'll make a list and I will share that with everyone. And then I do want to come up with color combo sheets. This is Coral Blush number 8. And now we're going to do a Hot Pink Camellia number 44. I am going to do a little quick color combo with these two. So I might not be all that productive, but I think about it. Think about it a lot. I can feel, so I had put that light gray winterberry down on the whole bird, and I can actually feel it. There we go. We've just done some fun colors on him. And I said I was going to do pink flowers. And now moving over to the bunny side, I think the mushroom, since I don't have any burgundies, mushroom's going to be pink. All right, and I do have, oops, I did not use that green. That is just going to sit there. I'm going to grab like a peach. This is so it's lighter than the Inca Gold Apricot Twist number 16. We'll sharpen it up. And I think the bunny is going to be winterberry with the darker gray. My hot pink is going to be used for the echinacea. Just as a reminder, I never put this at Camellia 44. Winterberry is the medium to light gray. Light to medium, 47, winterberry. I can see that, but I am not sure if you can see that. Last, I have this wonderful blue. It's kind of a dusty blue, Larkspur 39. going to turn things a bit. To keep my knuckle out of things. All right, everything's been colored. That is the pastel look. Now we're going to grab our Prisma and do very light, small circles. So hopefully this year I will do more little intermixing projects like this. Okay, so he is pretty dark. I'm going to set down the dark, bring back in the winterberry, sharpen it, and do some smoothing out of that dark gray. Now I also mentioned using this dark gray on the branch. Let's see if I can do that. That is a very skinny branch. Okay. Okay, I'm going to grab the Inca Gold. So that's number 18. I'm not sure if it's worth this, but I am going to try. Do a little bit under here. Each layer of the feathers gets a little tiny shadow. And then, this might be overkill, but I'm going to do it. Well, I think that adds a lot. What do you guys think? It's amazing what a little bit of a dark shadow color will do for an image. All right, so that's that. I'm going to move over to the bunny image now. I didn't put any color on his little tail. Oh, I need to put a little pink on his nose. I'm just darkening one side of each circle to give it a more 3D look. I'm going to turn the other way. Now you can see much better. Just about finished. A couple of light color blends over the top. This is the tan. Let's see about this blue. The light gray winterberry. That has not been sharpened. I am going to... is that winterberry? Nope, this is peach rose. Here's the winterberry is sharp. He needs a pink nose. Let's see if this bright pink is too bright. Oh, and then we have some shadows here to blend out. It's kind of a dark pink, huh? Maybe we'll do a little bit of pink here. Cute. And voila. We have a very cute page. We're going to go ahead and stop a little early. I was thinking of doing a background, but because the very top row, if we just look at the balance, the top row has no white. We have the metallic here because the frog was all green, so for pops of color I used the kind of a steel gray blue on that row. So we won't do any color, and perhaps if I remember I will put a color for the background, and the possum and owl are going to be Prismacolor. So that is it. Do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing. Let me know your thoughts on these cute little images. Again, the pastel tints is what I used today, and one Prismacolor, the 70% warm gray. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed this, and you will join me again tomorrow. I hope to see you all there.